According to a 2013 article in the Journal of Athletic Training, knee injuries accounted for 60% of high school related surgeries, while ACL injuries accounted for 50% or more of all of those knee injuries. Last week I talked about how to prevent rotator cuff injuries, and I said that they oftentimes happen for one of two reasons. Number one, the athlete's just doing too much. They're overtraining, they're not getting enough rest time, and they're probably going to get injured if they continue on that same path. And number two, they're just simply not prepared properly, and they haven't trained properly enough to prevent that injury from occurring. And those same two reasons apply to ACL injuries as well. Now, that same study I talked about in the beginning of this video also said that an athlete's risk of injury and occurrences of injury greatly increase when they compete. So the body-to-body contact and the physical nature of most sports also plays a role, and sometimes you just can't prevent a situation from occurring. But you can prepare for and prevent a lot of the non-contact injuries from happening, and I'm going to show you one of the best ways to do it in this video. Hi, I'm Brian Reynolds from Thunder Sports and Fitness, where coaches come for practical strength and conditioning advice. Let's start by discussing the hamstrings to quadriceps strength ratio, and then I really want to get into proprioception and discuss how the muscle spindles really help stabilize the joint. Hold on there, Professor. Statistics show if you have 5 things to do, you're going to do nothing. If you have just 3 things to do, you're probably going to do something. But if you just have 1 thing to do, you're going to do it. Yes, there are a number of things that can be done to help prepare your athletes to prevent these injuries. But in a nutshell, your athletes really just need to have mobility in the ankles and the hips, stability in the knee joint, and strength in the lower body. So I'm just going to cut through all the clutter and give you one exercise that if you do it consistently and correctly with your athletes, it's going to have a big impact on the health of your team and the prevention of those injuries. So here it is. So here's an exercise that's going to give you almost everything you need to help prevent these type of knee injuries. So this is full speed. Just notice that when you do one side, you obviously have to do the other side as well. I went ahead and slowed a few reps down in a second here just to show you the key points and the specific parts of the movement. So your athlete will begin standing facing forward on a single leg. They're going to jump back onto about a 180-degree angle and then quickly jump back to the starting position, stick and stabilize kind of low in an athletic single leg position. That's really the important part. So they jump back and then quickly back to the front and then stick and stabilize for at least 2 to 3 seconds before they do the next rep. So while you're coaching the exercise, you really have 2 things you want to look for. First, that when the athlete lands right here in the starting position, that the knee is bent, that they're kind of squatting down into the hip a little bit so that they lower themselves down and they have better balance. And then secondly, you want to make sure that your athletes are not doing the move too advanced, especially if they're beginners. If they jump really far back like Rich is doing in this shot right here, they may not be able to get back to the front very quickly, and when they do get back to the front, they're going to be really off balance. So just begin your less experienced athletes with a more shallow or a smaller jump back, and then progress into larger jumps back. So now that you've seen the exercise, I only want you to do one thing. Just add that one exercise to your warm-up routine before you do your strength training or before you do your practice a few days a week, and that's it. Yes, there is more that can be done, but this is a great start and something that you can implement right away and do it very easily. If you liked this video and you know another coach that could benefit from hearing this, send them a personal email including the link to this video. You're going to be helping them out a lot. You're also going to be helping me out. If you're not on my mailing list yet, what are you waiting for? Go right here to the top of the screen, click on that banner, and it'll take you right over to my website where you can opt in from my homepage. I put out new tips, tools, and advice every week, so get over there and opt in so that you don't miss a thing. Also, if you are a coach that wants to take it a step further and get more exercises and even a more elaborate plan and action to prevent these injuries, make sure you leave me a comment telling me all about it. I guarantee that I'm going to answer any questions that you may have and do everything that I can to get you the information that you're looking for.